Hello Year 1, welcome to our second part of our guided reading session. Now I've got two bits of good news for you today. The first bit is that it's Friday, so if you've tried your best all week at being a home learning hero, give yourself a really big pat on the back. Well done all of you, because that means that from tomorrow it's weekend and you get a nice well-deserved break. The second part of good news is that we're going to finish reading our Bigu story today, and then we're going to play a little game of I Spy. So a nice guided reading session for us to do today. Now I'm going to share my screen with you to show you what we're going to be doing. Okay, right, so first things then, to warm up our minds and our brains this morning, we're going to have a little go at some of those tricky words. Now I know the dragonflies are very good at their tricky words. They often catch me out and they know them before I've even said them. So if you're really good at your tricky words, see if you can have a go at saying it before I do. Now, frogs and otters, you'll know your tricky words as your red words that Trixie likes to try and trick us with. Once we've done that, we're going to finish reading the story of Bigu today. I hope you remember from Wednesday when we did our predictions about what might happen next. So we can see if we were right or if we were close to being right. Then we're going to have a little go at an I Spy game with some of our tricky words that we look at this morning, that warm ourselves up with. And then there's a challenge, because there's one tricky word that we're going to look at first of all, but then when we try to find it in the book, it's hiding and I need your help to see if you can help me. Okay, right, let's have a look at our tricky words first of all then. Here they come, so I'm going to hold them up. Remember, these are ones that we can't sound out, we've just got to know them. So see if you can beat me to it. If not, I'll say it and then you can have a turn too. Here comes the first one. The tricky word is there. Well done if you knew that one. Here comes our next tricky word. Were. Fantastic, you're doing really well at these. Remember, try and have a go if you can. If not, you can join in with me afterwards. Friend. That one is very tricky. Here comes the next one. Are you ready? One. And the last one we've got. Some. If you knew all those tricky words, give yourselves a really big pat on the back, even if you just had a good try and you only got a couple. Well done. They're quite tricky, aren't they? Now we're going to finish reading the story of Bigu, and then we're going to have a look to see if we can find those tricky words hiding. Okay, so last time we had a predicting what would happen next in the story. Now we finished reading Bigu when he was trying to find some friends and he didn't like being alone. So we had to guess and predict what would happen next. Now I found my picture that I did where I predicted that Bigu would find some friends in the park. So I hope Bigu managed to find somebody that was kind to him. See if you can find your picture to remind you of what your prediction was and see if we were maybe right or we were close to guessing it. I hope your predictions were good. Okay, so we finished off on this page. Bigu didn't like being alone. She needed to find some friends. And she did at last. She's looking in the box. Oh, and in that box is a box full of puppies. What's in the box? Oh, that sign there, if you can't see it, says Stray Dogs Home. So somebody's left those puppies there to be rehomed. And the man's looking and going, what on earth? But Bigu wasn't wanted there, it seemed. Oh, it was for stray dogs, wasn't it? Oh, poor Bigu, look how sad she looks. Then she thought she'd found the perfect place. Hang on a minute. This looks quite familiar to me now. It looks like my prediction might have been a little bit right, and she's found some friends to play with, but I don't think they're in a pub. That looks like a school. That looks like children in a school to me. She thought she'd found the perfect place. And it was. Oh, look at that. She's in a playground at a school. Oh dear, this adult doesn't look too happy. Oh, but not everyone thought so. Oh dear, look, the adult's taking Bigu away, saying that she can't play with the children. Wait! Her friends wanted to say goodbye. Oh, there they are giving her a lovely cuddle. Goodbye! They've even given her a hula hoop to take home. How nice. Oh, once again, Bigu was far away. She thought she heard her mother calling, but she knew it couldn't be. Oh, poor Bigu. There she is, led underneath the moon. Oh, could it? The moon turned into a spaceship. I wonder if that's her parents. It was. Oh, there they are giving her a nice big cuddle. Bigu told her parents all about life on Earth, how Earth creatures were mostly big and unfriendly, but there were some small ones who seemed hopeful. Bigu would always remember those small ones, so she'd always remember the children, and she hoped they would remember her too. Lovely story. Now I know if we had a Bigu that came and found us in our playground, we'd be super friends to her, wouldn't we? Now I hope your predictions were very close, or maybe you even got it right. Maybe some of you could remember the Bigu story from before. So well done, everybody. We're now going to have a go at our tricky word game. So again, I'm going to share my screen with you. And we're going to have a go at seeing if we can spot our tricky words in the writing. So this is part of our Bigu story, and it's where Bigu told her parents all about life on Earth, how Earth creatures were mostly big and unfriendly, but there were some small ones who seemed hopeful. So we've got our tricky words that we looked at earlier today. Let's remind ourselves of those. That first one that begins with that W sound. Were, the tricky word were. Next one, see if you can remember it. You're right, it's the tricky word some. Next one, there. Next one, oh, one. And then one at the bottom is friend. So let's play a game of I Spy. I spy with my little eye, the tricky word were. So we're going to be looking for this tricky word in the writing. Were. See if you can spot it before I do. Oh, were. Oh, there it is. There's our tricky word were. There's also another one hiding in the writing. See if you can find it. So there's our first one. And there's the second one. Fantastic. Well done if you spotted the tricky word were. Okay. I spy with my little eye the tricky word there. Oh, let's have a look. This one is there. Now let me see. I'm looking in the writing. Can you see it before I do? The tricky word there. Oh, I found it. See if you can before I do. Point to the screen if you can see the tricky word there. There it is. Well done if you found that one. Okay, here comes the next one. I spy with my little eye the tricky word some. Oh, so that was my tricky word, some. Oh gosh, this is getting tricky. There's that tricky word. See if you can find it before I do. If you do, point to the screen. Well done if you found it already. Oh, I think I've seen it. Yes, there it is. The tricky word some. Fantastic if you spotted it before I did. Now it gets a little bit harder because there are two tricky words left. So we found were, we found some, we found there. This time we've got these two at the bottom here left to find, but they might not look like they do on our red tricky word cards. So let's see if we can find the next one. I spy with my little eye the tricky word one, but it might have a sneaky little sound on the end. Let's have a look. Oh, how earth creatures were mostly big and unfriendly, but there were some small ones. It's got a sneaky on the end. Well done if you spotted that tricky word one with a sound on the end as well, making it the word ones. Fantastic. Now, here comes the tricky part, because we know we've got the tricky word friend left, and I've been looking and looking for this tricky word, but I can't see it anywhere. So I'm thinking it might be a little bit like the one ones, where there's a sneaky sound on the end. So I had a look, still didn't see it. I wonder if you've spotted it already. So I think this might have some sneaky extra sounds at the beginning and at the end. So we're looking for something called a prefix. Oh, that's a big word. And it's some sounds that go at the beginning of one of our words. The prefix that we're looking for near friend is going to be un, friend, and then there's a suffix, that part we add on to the end of the words to change it. Oh, Lee, hold on a moment. Unfriendly, unfriendly. Now see if you can spot that sneaky, tricky word friend hidden by our prefix and our suffix and turning it into the word unfriendly. Let's have a look. It's a really long word if we put it all together. How earth or creatures were mostly big and unfriendly. There it is. Well done if you spotted our sneaky, tricky word of friend hiding with our prefix un and our suffix ly to make the word unfriendly. Give yourselves a round of applause, year one. Fantastic tricky word, I spy. Well done. And you even were able to find the challenge word of friend hidden with some extra sounds in there. What a brilliant job. Okay, so thank you everybody for joining in guided reading today. You've been superstars. I hope your predictions were, well, you were happy with them. They might have been really correct. You might have known it straight away. You might have remembered the story, or you might have just had a really good guess. It doesn't matter if it wasn't the same as the book, as long as you had a really good try and a sensible guess. So well done, everybody. Thank you for listening, and thank you for helping me with my tricky words. Just like the dragonflies, otters and frogs, you are superstars at your tricky words. Have a great weekend, everyone. See you soon. Bye.